Hello, and welcome back to Jenna Gets Creative. You guys absolutely loved my Dark Side of Subscription Boxes video. I will link that up in the iCard. And you guys wanted to see me do the opposite, the things I absolutely love from subscription boxes. So today, we are going to select all of the items that I'm going to use in a series called The Best of Subscription Boxes. What I'm going to do today is I'm going to go through all of the menu cards from every art supply subscription box I have ever received, and we are going to select the best items, the items that I might use in this series. If you want to skip this preamble, I will start looking at the menu cards at this timestamp. And then we will pull out the actual supplies and talk about some categories that I can use in future episodes at this timestamp. I will also have the timeline down below broken up, and there will be clickable links for those time spots in the description box. Last week, I believe I said I have 2 legitimate subscription boxes left to do on the channel before we get back to only doing recreations. I lied. I keep forgetting that ScrawlrBox takes forever to get to me, so I actually have 3. I'm waiting on January and February ScrawlrBox, and I am waiting on February ArtSnacks. By the way, in case anybody's curious, this is what ScrawlrBox's boxes used to look like. They started out this color, then they became white. These were always just taped on 3 sides. Sometimes you lost stuff out the top if the box got a little bit squished. I liked these boxes because they fit in my community mailbox. They switched to these in 2020. They come sealed, you pull out a strip. They are more secure, but because they are wider, they're almost square, they no longer fit in my regular mailbox. I have to get them out of the parcel box, and that's annoying. We are going to blast through these cards as fast as possible. 2 of them I do have to show you on my phone because I don't have the menu cards. I'm not going to bring out the supplies until the next section. I'm going to make 2 exceptions right now, items that are not really art supplies that I do use all the time. We will mention this Artline pencil case. It opens 2 ways. You can zip off the top or you can unzip the side. This 15 centimeter copper ruler from Derwent, I absolutely love it. I will not be pre-selecting any sort of paper because not all companies send paper, and early ScrawlrBox only sent 2 sheets each, so it's used up. I will also not be pre-selecting graphite pencils, with a couple exceptions. I will not be pre-selecting erasers, pencil sharpeners, or paint brushes. And I also wanted to comment that any sort of pens in these that are ballpoint pens or Sharpies, I'm considering those basic stationery. They are not being pre-selected. There are just too many pens to consider regular stationery pens. April 2018 featured a print from Lisa Clow of Lockery Fine Art here on YouTube, and that is the only reason I pre-ordered this box when I started subscribing. This came with the Derwent Graphitint pencils, and I will be using those. March 2018, 5 Spectra AD brush markers. These are alcohol-based markers. Sakura Micron PN, a Jelly Roll white in the size 10 bold. I am pre-selecting everything here. I do prefer the Jelly Roll pen over the Signo only in the bold size, only in the 10. June 2018, Chameleon 2-tone colored pencils, Zig Writer for Vellum, Zig 2-way glue, Faber-Castell eraser pencil. I hate eraser pencils that you have to sharpen. We are pre-selecting the Zig Writer for Vellum. July 2018, this was a dot journal box. We got a whole lot of extra stuff from Carolina Gelfi, including a stamp set. The things that I'm pre-selecting off this card are the Edding brush pen, the 2 Faber-Castell Pitt brush pens, and the 2 Staedtler Tri-Plus Fineliners. August 2018 was the Derwent Inktense pan set, a Faber-Castell graphite pencil, and a Koh-i-Noor kneadable eraser. I am pre-selecting the Inktense. September 2018, they did a Inktober themed stuff. Great box. Pentel color brush pen, Sakura Pigma BB, Stabilo pen 68, Edding 2200C permanent marker, Zebra Sarasa porous pen, Artline Sticks brush marker, Centro pen, kind of a felt lib marker, and a Derwent graphic line maker. The Zebra pen died real fast. We are pre-selecting the line maker, the color brush, and the BB. October 2018, we got to try out Derwent's Lightfast colored pencils. We got 6 of them. We also have a Sakura Koi coloring brush blender pen, a Staedtler graphite pencil, and a Derwent pencil sharpener. We are pre-selecting the Lightfast pencils. November 2018, we got 3 Staedtler Ergosoft colored pencils, and we got 3 Bic ballpoint pens in matching colors. We also got a Pentel white gel pen, a Koh-i-Noor jumbo graphite stick, a Helix black ballpoint pen, a Koh-i-Noor graphite pencil, a Koh-i-Noor pencil eraser, a Koh-i-Noor Tertullion. I am pre-selecting the Staedtler pencils. I would select that Pentel gel pen if I still had it. It was a good pen. It has finally died. December 2018, this whole thing really could be on the worst of, and it basically was. I complained to high heaven about those Pentel friction pens in the Dark Side video. January 2019, we got 3 Winsor & Newton Pro Marker alcohol markers. This is the bullet nib style, not the brush nib ones. We got Sakura Pigma Microns in 01 and brush. We got a Faber-Castell Pitt Artist Pen White India Ink 1.5 and a Faber-Castell Graphite Pencil. This 1.5 kind of ruined it because I thought it was a pump marker and it was not. We will be pre-selecting the Pro Markers and the Micron 01. Unfortunately, the Micron brush pen at this point has gone fuzzy and died. February 2019, we got to try out the Caran watercolor markers, the Caran Brush Marker Pro. This did prompt me to eventually buy the complete set the following year. Caran d'Ache Fabralo pens, which were featured in the dark side not because I don't like them, I love them, but because I never use them. So I reserve the right to pull them back out if I decide I want them, but we're not pre-selecting because they've already been featured. Spectrum Noir Aquatint Artline Drawing System pen in 02, a Caran d'Ache graphite pencil, and a Helix eraser to go on it. I am pre-selecting the Caran, Spectrum Noir, and that Artline pen. March 2019, we got a 12-pack of Staedtler Super Soft colored pencils and a Derwent blender and burnisher set. We also got a Mobius and Rupert double hole pencil sharpener, a Koh-i-Noor Woodless Progresso pencil, a Pilot V-Ball 07, and a YPO Jumbo Graphite Pencil. We are pre-selecting the Staedtler pencils and the Derwent blender and burnisher. April 2019 featured the Royal Talens Ecoline brush pens. These are watercolor pens. This was the pastel set. I complained about them in the dark side video and then I finally threw them out. Unipen Fineliners in light and dark gray, Viking graphite pencil, and a Faber-Castell kneadable eraser. I am selecting the Unipen gray pens. May 2019, we got 4 Pilot Pintor acrylic markers in 3 different nib sizes. We got the Molotov Liquid Chrome Silver acrylic marker, a Milan graphite pencil, and a Milan eraser. That eraser leaves a weird residue on the paper that messes with alcohol ink. I am pre-selecting the Pintor pens and the Liquid Chrome. June 2019, this was the De La Rani Aqua Fine travel set of watercolors, 12 half pans. We also got 2 Faber-Castell Polychromos pencils. This one they sent the green yellowish and Van Dyke brown shades, a Staedtler Norris erasable colored pencil in red, and a Uniposca acrylic marker. This one is white in the ultrafine. This is a fineliner type nib, not the felt nibs that most Poscas have. I don't like it in that nib type. We are selecting the Staedtler erasable, the De La Rani Aquafine, and the Polychromos pencils. July 2019, we got Cobra water mixable oil paints, 3 tubes, a Zan flat brush, a canvas panel, a Derwent graphite pencil, and we got some palette stuff. August 2019, I featured those chameleon blending fineliners in the dark side video because I never remembered to use them. I reserved the right to pull them out if they would be appropriate later in the series. Pilot DR drawing pen in 05. This is the one that circulates the ink really well so it doesn't dry out. A Staedtler graphite pencil. I am pre-selecting that Pilot pen. September 2019, another one I complained a lot about in the dark side video. I hate the Viva colored sheets. That came with a Pentel Orange mechanical pencil, a Milan round brush, and we got a Winsor & Newton fineliner in 08. I am pre-selecting just the fineliner. October 2019, we got a Copic Doodle Pack, a Derwent white paint pen, a Faber-Castell graphite pencil, a Lyra kneadable eraser. I am pre-selecting everything in the Copic Doodle Pack except for the Spica pen. So this was 2 Chows in Mauve Shadow and Blueberry. The Copic Multiliner is an 03 in the color Wine, and the other pen, that is a Spica glitter pen in pink. I don't like the glitter pen, but I'm using the other 3 items. November 2019, we got 6 tubes of gouache from De La Rani Aquafine. This is their professional line. I will be selecting those. We got a Royal Talens travel brush, a Lyra Robinson graphite, and a Coombe natural eraser. December 2019, we got 6 Derwent metallic pencils. I featured those in the dark side because I don't use metallics when I use colored pencils. We got that ruler I like. We got 2 metallic Faber-Castell pens, gold and silver. January 2020, we got Rembrandt soft pastels. This is a 10-pack of half sticks. And we got 3 Brunzil design pastel pencils. I'm selecting all of it. February 2020, we got a 4-pack of Faber-Castell Pitt pens, the small, medium, and large technical points, and the brush, a Uniball white gel pen, a Viking graphite pencil, gold glitter from Culture Hustle, and a glue stick that never did work. We will be using the Faber-Castell Pitt pens, and I believe we've already got a Uniball pen in play, but we're selecting one. March 2020 featured the Spectrum Noir Tri-Blend alcohol markers, a Molotov black liner in 1904, a Lyra Rembrandt graphite pencil, and a Faber-Castell eraser. We are using the Tri-Blends and the Molotov pen. April 2020, we got 2 Faber-Castell Albrecht watercolor markers when they were brand new, and 3 Faber-Castell Albrecht watercolor pencils when the larger Magnus size was brand new. Those came with a Pro Art paintbrush and a Derwent sketching pencil. We are pre-selecting all of the Faber-Castell items. May 2020 was all about charcoal. We got Coates Willow charcoal sticks, Sea White Black compressed charcoal blocks, Kohinoor Gioconda charcoal pencil, 2 Lyra Rembrandt chalk pastel pencils, and a Lyra Rembrandt Splendor blending pencil. On the backside, we also got a Winsor kneadable eraser, another of those Faber-Castell eraser pencils, and a Coombe double hole pencil sharpener. I am pre-selecting that I may at some point include charcoal in this series. We are pre-selecting the Gioconda pencil and the Lyra pencils. June 2020, I complained about those Inktense blocks in the worst of. They just did not live up to what I can do with the pan set and the actual pencils. That came with a Caran d'Ache Prismalo pencil that is water soluble. We are selecting that. And it came with a Sea White brush and a size 08 Jelly Roll pen. July 2020 was the Daravan Liquid Graphite, Basic Derwent Water-Soluble Sketching Pencil, a custom ScrawlrBox paintbrush, and a Kohinoor Combined Eraser. August 2020 featured System 3 Heavy Body Acrylics from Daler Rowney, a Pro Art Series paintbrush, some art boards. We were supposed to get a Staedtler Graphite pencil, but that wasn't available, so they sent a Faber-Castell instead. September 2020 was all about the Posca markers. We got 5mm size in purple, pink, and blue, and a 3mm size in white and black, selecting all of them. Along with that, we got a Faber-Castell Eco Pigment Liner in 06, selecting that, and we got a Staedtler Black Graphite Pencil. October 2020, we got 12 Manuscript Cali Creative Flexi markers, selecting those. We got a Kuretake Food Twin Tip marker, selecting that. Along with them is a very meh average Central Pen liner and a Kohinoor Graphite Pencil. December 2020, we got Marabou Art Crayons. These are water soluble. We got 3 of them. A Faber-Castell Gold Faber Graphite Pencil, a Derwent Kneadable Eraser, and a brush from Royal and Langnickel. I am pre-selecting the Marabou crayons. February 2021, we got the Sennelier Abstract Matte Soft Body Acrylics in the pouches, Daler Rowney Simply Acrylic Marker in black, a Kohinoor Hard Matte Magic Pencil in 3 colors, matching 3 colors to the acrylic paints, and a Pro Art paintbrush. I will be using the Daler Rowney acrylic marker. May 2021, we got 6 Uni-Posca colored pencils. We got the Pearl Burnish Liquid White. We got a Derwent line maker again, this time in 03. And we got a paintbrush from Zan. I will be using that size in the Derwent. December 2021, we got the Spectrum Noir metallic markers in gold, silver, and copper. We got another 3mm black Posca. We got a Jelly Roll Moonlight pen in the size 10 bold. And we got a Derwent graphite pencil. I am selecting the Spectrum Noir markers and the Jelly Roll pink gel pen. June 2019, Marabou Aqua Graphics pens, 2 of them. We got a Pentel Arts Micro Brush Sign Pen, Plumchester Mechanical Pencil. We also got a Pentel Arts Hybrid Technica gel pen. I will be using the Marabou Graphics pen and the Pentel Sign Brush pen. September 2021, I decided to try Plus when it was fairly new. We got a Crink acrylic marker, 2 Zebra Mildliner double-ended highlighter pens, Princeton Snap Filbert paintbrush, Marvi Uchida Le Pen, and we got a Daler Rowney watercolor ink. And the plus items, there was a Marvi Uchida water brush in large tip, and we got the Canson Plein Air Mixed Media Artboards, 8x10, and I believe there were 10 in the pad. I am pre-selecting Crink, the Mildliners, the Marvi Uchida Le Pen, and the Daler Rowney watercolor ink. March 2020, this came with a tube of Rembrandt watercolor, a brush from Royal and Langnickel, a Graphite brush liner in black, and a 4-pack of Brunzil Expressions colored pencils. Those turned out to be water soluble. It says nothing about it on the card, and they're not marked as water soluble, but they're fairly decent as a watercolor pencil. I am selecting the Rembrandt watercolor, the Graphite brush liner, and the Brunzil pencil. If you got that box, you got the Tombow bonus box featuring mono drawing pencils, mono drawing pens, and the 5-pack test of the ABT Pro alcohol-based markers. I will be pre-selecting for the ABT Pro markers, and I will use the drawing pen I got. I got size 01. September 2021, we got a Derwent line maker set of 3. That's 01, 03, and 05. I will select the size I haven't pulled out yet, which is the 01. A Montana acrylic marker 2mm. I got a pink. Tombow Fudinowski twin tip brush pen, black and gray. A Coom long point pencil sharpener, and a Shinhan Touch graphite pencil. I am pre-selecting the missing Derwent line maker, the Montana acrylic marker, and the Tombow twin tip. In October, we got a Kuretake Zig Higashami manga liner. Mine was in gold. A Liquitex professional acrylic ink. Mine was red. Winsor Newton professional watercolor sable brush. That is my favorite brush that I've ever got in any of these boxes. And we got a Mitsubishi graphite pencil. I am pre-selecting the Liquitex acrylic ink. November, we got the Derwent water brush. We got 2 Faber-Castell gelatos. A Dr. P.H. Martin's Hydros Radiant Concentrated watercolor. Mine is yellow. That is it. I am pre-selecting the gelatos and the Martin's Radiant watercolor. December 2021, we got the Hanamule Zigzag book, 2 Tombow dual art brush pens, an Edding 5000 broad acrylic marker, and we got the Tombow Mono Twin permanent marker. I will be using the Tombow pens, all of them on this, and the Edding acrylic marker. January 2022, we got Sennelier Extra Soft Half Pastels 6-pack, a Zebra mechanical pencil, and a Sakura Pigma Micron pen in light gray. Mine is size 05. We also got a Prismacolor kneadable eraser. I will be using the Sennelier pencils and the Micron light gray. From SketchBox, July 2018 basic box had 2 pan pastels in iron oxide and black, and we got some soft tool sponges, General's chalk pastel pencils, Kohinoor Gioconda pastel pencil in light sepia, Cretacolor pastel pencil in ivory, and some magic erasers from Prismacolor. I actually gave those ones away. We will be using the Gioconda and Cretacolor pastel pencils only. Weblight Dreams sent me everything from the premium box because she knew that I was disappointed with this but was still curious about the pan pastels. So we got the Primaries Plus black and white of the pan pastels and more soft tools. We got 2 Faber-Castell Pitt pastel pencils, and we got 2 Derwent erasers. We will be selecting the pan pastels along with the tools, obviously, and the Faber-Castell Pitt pastel pencils. August 2018 basic box, we got 6 Derwent Color Soft colored pencils, 2 Graphitint pencils, 2 gold Faber colored pencils, a Cretacolor Mega Graphite, and a Coom pencil sharpener. Pre-selecting everything except for the Mega Graphite and the sharpener. September 2018 basic box, we got 2 color brush pens from SketchBox Signature. We got a Spectrum Noir Aquatint, a 6-pack of Marabou Graphics Aqua pens, the Metropolitan set, and we got a Faber-Castell soft brush in dark indigo. Pre-selecting all of it. Great box. Loved that one. October 2018 was my first premium box. This was Inktober themed. We got some Kuretake Zig Sumi ink, brush from Dynasty. Love it. We got a Copic Multiliner black brush and a 0.3 cobalt blue, and a Higgins Black Magic pump marker with India ink. I am pre-selecting the Zig and the Copic Multiliners. Oh, backside. Montana sketch liner in 01. We are also going to select that Montana pen. November 2018 premium box, we got 3 Copic originals. We got a SketchBox Signature in gray. We got some Copic paper. We got a Tombow Fudinowski brush pen, the black and gray double-sided that we've already seen. And we got a Sakura Jelly Roll in bold, the size 10 that we've already seen. So I am pre-selecting the Copic Originals and the SketchBox Signature. December 2018, the last one I had on that 6-month subscription, we got a Sennelier watercolor half pen, a Princeton Neptune brush, a Marabou Graphics Aqua ink, a Winsor Newton watercolor marker, and we got a Daniel Smith dot card. Selecting all of this except the brush. July 2019, 2 sketch markers in violet and lavender, 3 SketchBox Signature brush pens, a Spectrum Noir Triband in greens, a King Art Inkline brush pen, pre-selecting all of it. October 2019, more Kuretake Zig ink, Winsor Newton white India drawing ink, a Kuretake Zig Cambio pen in indigo, a Copic drawing pen. This is kind of like it's a fountain pen with a dip style nib on it, a Kuretake Zig clean color dot pen in gray, and a graphite pencil from Stedler, a 4-pack of Marabou Graphics Fineliners, and the brush was from from Silverbrush. Selecting the Zig ink, the Cambio, and the Winsor in White India ink. I did try Upcrate once, the 4th Upcrate, December 2019. They sent the same metallic Faber-Castell pens. They sent another Faber-Castell Pitt pen. They sent another Faber-Castell Graphite. They featured a whole bunch of Artline, the Decorites, and they sent 3 more of the Artline Stix brush pens. These all got featured in the dark side, so we're not using anything from this box, and that's mostly because we've already selected this. I did spring for the Jazza Smart Art collaboration. I believe this was 2020, it might have been 2019, the Jazzy Art box. I will be pulling out the correct colors for the 12-pack of Faber-Castell Polychromos. We will be using the 12 Spectrum Noir Illustrator markers. This one also sent the 4-pack of Marabou Fineliners. There is a Prismacolor Colorase Erasable Blue Pencil, a Tombow Fudanowski black pen, and a Tombow Dual Brush art pen in black. We also got a Uniball Signo white gel pen. We're going to use most of this stuff. A lot of it has already been selected at this point. Time to look at those supplies. That is a lot of alcohol markers. There are 5 Spectra ADs, 4 colors, and a colorless blender. This is the European line. The European ones come in the white barrel, the North American ones come in a black barrel. Coincidentally, these look exactly the same as Blick Studio's brush markers, and they have the same color, numbers, and names, and the Blick Studio ones come in white, so that's why I have always suspected that they are the same marker, just private labeled. Oddly enough, Spectra AD, nowhere I've ever been able to find, sells the Cherimoya Green. I was told it was a special run color, but I have recently discovered that Blick Studio sells this color and they have a refill for it. So one of these days we have 4 Spectrum Noir Tri-Blend markers. These are all bullet nibs. They are 3 colors in one pen. I have the antique pink, the gold brown, the light green, and the turquoise shades blending sets. Tombow ABT Pro alcohol markers. This is the bonus set that was sent for that ArtSnacks exclusive. SketchBox signature brush pens. These look on the outside kind of like the Copic originals, but they are a brush nib pen. Neutral Gray 8, we have Coral Reef, Tangerine, and Blush. 12 Spectrum Noir Illustrators, these are brush and bullet. We have a colorless blender, we have Ice Gray 1, 4, and 9, Apricot, Pale Tan for skin tones, we have Ultramarine Blue, LG5 Grass Green, Amethyst, Amber, Red, and Dandelion Yellow. Winsor Newton Pro Marker, this is not the brush marker, this is the bullet and chisel combination. When ScrawlrBox sent these out, what I think happened was they were sent a whole bunch of 6-pack skin tone sets and they randomized who got what colors. I got Blush, Spice, and Tan. And we have 7 Copics. We have the originals, this is Bullet and Chisel, Frost Blue, Smoky Blue, and Grayish Lavender. 2 Chows, these are brush and bullet. We have Mauve Shadow and Blueberry. And 2 sketch markers, these are also brush and chisel. We have Lavender and Violet. Acrylic paint markers, this is a much smaller marker category. The Giant Edding, this is in a nice dark slate gray. We have this 3mm tip Montana, mine is pink. This Crink in light blue. A Daler Rounding in black. 4 Pilot Pintors, we've got 2 in the medium nib, a green and a gold. We have an extra fine in white and a fine in black. 5mm Poscas in lavender, coral pink, and aqua green. 3mm Poscas in white and black. Spectrum Noir metallic paint markers in liquid gold, quicksilver, and molten copper. And the Molotov liquid chrome in the fine point. Pastel type stuff. Some of these are the Coats Willow Charcoal, and some of these are the Sea White Compressed Charcoal Sticks. If I decide to do charcoal, I cannot promise that they will be the exact ones that came in the box. Pan Pastels, Permanent Red, Ultramarine, Yellow Ochre, white, and black. And this came with a bunch of Soft Tool brand sponge tools that I can use with any of the pastel or charcoal items. 3 Brunzil pastel pencils, 2 Rembrandt Lyra pastel pencils in white and light sepia, 2 Faber-Castell Pitt pastel pencils. We have Cobalt Turquoise and black, a Gioconda charcoal, a Gioconda pastel pencil in light sepia, and a Cretacolor chalk pastel pencil in ivory. We also have soft pastels from Sennelier and Rembrandt. This plus appropriate tools to go with it is everything in the pastel and charcoal category that I may use in this series. Let me know if you want to see that. Regular colored pencils. We have 3 Staedtler Ergosoft pencils. We got a pink, a purple, and a light blue. A Staedtler Norris red erasable pencil. And we have a dark blue Prismacolor Colorase erasable colored pencil. A 12-pack of Staedtler Super Soft colored pencils. A blender and burnisher pencil from Derwent. 6 Lightfast Line oil-based pencils from Derwent. 6 wax core coloring pencils from Derwent. This is the Color Soft line. And a whole bunch of Faber-Castells. There are 2 from the Gold Faber line. This is a light gray and the light blue turquoise. The great thing about Faber-Castell is all of their colors use the same numbering system, so that 273 is warm gray 4. And then we have 14 of the coveted Polychromos. The Van Dyke Brown and the green yellowish were sent randomly along with the Inktense pan set, and the rest is the starter official 12-pack. These are not necessarily all of the ones that were sent in the box because I do have the full range of Polychromos. I just made sure that I picked the right colors. Miscellaneous pencils to consider: the graphite pencils that I'm going to try to use in this series, the 2H in the 9000 series Faber-Castell graphite pencils, and the 2B in the Faber-Castell Aquarelle water-soluble graphite. Water-soluble pencils and crayons. Bronzeal Expressions 4-pack, red, yellow, orange, and green. 3 Faber-Castell Albrecht Dürer Magnus watercolors. This is walnut brown, deep scarlet red, and emerald green. A Caran d'Ache Prismalo pencil. I believe that's just meant to be black. 8 Derwent Graphy Tint pencils. These are tinted water-soluble graphite. White. We have Midnight Black, Cloud Gray, Autumn Brown, Port, Aubergine, Ivy, and Shadow, which is nice dark tealy blue. 2 Faber-Castell Gelatos in Metallic Blueberry and Blood Orange. And 3 Marabou Art Crayons, Pomegranate Plum, and Sunshine Yellow. Watercolor and gouache. A 10mm tube of Rembrandt Professional Watercolor in copper. 6 15ml tubes of Daler-Rowney Aquafine Professional Gouache. Black, white, portrait pink, cadmium yellow deep hue, cobalt blue hue, and alizarin crimson hue. The half pan of Sennelier watercolor. This is forest green. We have a custom Daniel Smith extra fine watercolor dot card from SketchBox. We have the Derwent Inktense half pan set. This is set 1. There are 2 sets, and it does come with a water brush pen. I just don't have it in here right now. And we have the Daler-Rowney travel set, 12 half pans of watercolor. It also comes with a small round brush that fits nicely right in there. Inks and watercolor inks. We have 2 Kuretake Zig Cartoonist Sumi inks. We have the regular Sumi Ink 60 and the black ink 60. We have a white India drawing ink from Winsor Newton. Liquitex acrylic ink. This is a Naphthol red light. Dr. P.H. Martin's Radiant Concentrated Watercolor. Mine is in ice yellow. Marabou Graphics ink, watercolor ink. Mine is in violet dark. Daler-Rowney Aquafine watercolor ink. Mine is in portrait pink. 2 Faber-Castell Albrecht Dürer watercolor markers. These are a brush on one end and a fine point bullet nib on the other end. Phthalo blue and cadmium yellow hue. A Winsor Newton watercolor. This is a bullet nib on one end and a brush nib on the other end, just like the Faber-Castells. This one is in pale rose. Here are the 4 Caran Brush Marker Pro watercolor markers that were sent in that ScrawlrBox. These are flexible brush nibs with liquid watercolor ink in the barrel. Gold, lush green, lilac, and a blender. Here is the 12 set of the Manuscript Cali Creative Flexi pens. Here's that interesting chisel nib that is clearly meant for lettering and calligraphy, but they make excellent watercolor markers, and that's what I use them for. 3 Tombow dual brush art pens. We have a purple and an orange. Supposedly this orange color is actually called red. It doesn't look very red to me. And we have the basic black. I have 8 of these Marabou Aquagraphics markers. So this is the Metropolitan set plus 2 extra grays. And the color brush type pens. We have the Pentel color brush in the basic black. This is like a water brush, paintbrush, except there's ink in the reservoir instead. We have the Kuretake Cambio in indigo. 2 Spectrum Noirs, champagne and rose quartz. And we have 2 of SketchBox version of the color brush pen in yellow and blue. And what does that leave us with? Basic pens. Here is the Faber-Castell Pitt Artist Pens. I have a lot of them. These ones are still in the pack. 0.3, 0.5, and 0.7 millimeter fineliner nibs and a brush nib. Faber-Castell Eco Liner in a 0.6 nib. That is a fairly unique size as far as fineliners go. Faber-Castell brush pens. We have the regular size brush in ice blue and the small brush in dark indigo. Derwent Line Makers 01, 03, 05. Zebra mild liners. These are technically highlighters. They are somewhat water soluble. We got a brush on this end and a bullet marker nib on the other end. I have a neon orange and a nice soft purple. To grab the other gel pens, we have a Uniball Signo white, a Jelly Roll 10 bold white, and a Jelly Roll 10 pink. In terms of Sakura microns, I have an 01 in black, an 05 in light cool gray, and a PN in black. There's the PN nib. Also from Sakura, this is the Pigma BB, so this is the medium-sized brush nib in the professional manga pens. Molotov black liner in 04. Here are the Marabou pens that multiple sets sent. There's the 02, 04, 08, and brush. Winsor Newton in 08. Graphite brush liner. King Art brush liner. Pentel Sign brush pen in pink. This one has individual little fibers in the nib. It's really nice. It's also fairly water soluble. The sketch liner from Montana. This is an 01. Artline drawing system in an 02. A brush pen from Edding. Looks a lot like the Pigma. A Le Pen Flex brush nib. It's a tiny little marker nib. This is in the color Oriental Blue. 3 different types of Tombow pens. We have the regular Fudnowski Black. We have the mono drawing pen in 01. Mono twin permanent marker, so we got a nice big nib on this end, and we got a smaller PN type nib on this end. There was supposed to be another one in here. The twin tip in the gray on one end, and the black on the other end. This is also a Fudnowski. From Unipin, we have an 01 in dark gray and an 05 in light gray. From Copic, we have the medium brush in black, and we have 03s in cobalt blue and wine. From Pilot, we have the drawing system in 5. From Stedler, we have the Triplus. These are 05s. We have a light blue and a light gray. And from Kuretake, we have the Zig Writer for Vellum. We got this PN type tapered nib over here and the nice fluffy generously sized marker bullet nib over here. This is meant to not smudge. The Kuretake twin tip brush pen. This is brush on both ends. It is black on this end. It is gray on this end, and these are water soluble. So in the comments down below, let me know which categories are you really excited to see me use, which categories do you want to see me mix and match, which categories do you want to see multiple videos from, and what are your favorites from this video or from subscription boxes in general. If you're looking for more to watch, I've got some suggestions up on the left side of the screen now. Don't forget to like, comment, maybe even subscribe, and if you like living life creatively, whatever that means to you, I'd love to have you along for the ride. Bye guys!